here we go. And we are live. And game number 1 between Kimbo and Asher. We have Kimbo as USF with Airborne Company, Rifle Company, and Recon Support. On the other side, we have Asher as Oster, fielding Jäger Infantry, Strategic Reserves, and Spearhead. And Kimbo, how it looks like, went for Recon Support. That will be interesting. We don't see this doctrine that often, in my opinion.
Can be quite strong against us too, because I'm not sure if he's gonna go for the Pathfinders, but nice to have to outmaneuver the MG in the early game.
Yeah, the thing is with Pathfinders that are not a particularly good combat squad, and the few games that I played so far in the 1v1 ladder, when I played, there was a guy who I was playing, he went for Pathfinder, one additional, and it completely backfired. He was not able to pressure me as much as he would normally do with 3 rifles. But it could just be a learn to play issue, or just me being lucky. You never know.
Well, these are the IR Pathfinders too, so they have one less sniper rifle.
They have better close range DPS for that, right? If I remember correctly.
Well, just better general DPS. Like they're better in one-on-one combat than the airborne Pathfinders, at least in the early game.
Asher was playing really aggressive there, putting all his forces towards the middle. And going for Kimbo's fuel. Kimbo, meanwhile, will now jump into the building.
I can kind of understand this positioning from Asha in the early game, because mid control is especially valuable on this map, I think. It's very wide. The retreat paths from the flanks are very long. So if you can control the mid, it's quite strong.
Yeah. Now, interesting to see what Kimbo is planning to do. Like, MG's in a decent position, but has no support. One rifleman is now coming in.
Looks like you called it. No Pathfinders from Kimbo.
Standout build order from both players so far. And yeah, it looks okay for Asha. I think he did position this MG well. Now it's moving towards this engagement. Let's see if he will use the second rifleman to flank the MG. Here we go.
Tried to finish the cap with the pyros, but
yeah, one model, really low HP.
But jumping in to force off the cap means that the rifleman got suppressed, and they're probably just gonna lose.
Yeah, MG42 though has to retreat, a lot of damage coming in, not getting suppressed. Green cover for once working correctly.
Yep.
Never mind. Oh, don't lose the rifleman.
Oh
my god, that's a huge setback in the early game, losing the rifleman.
So much bleed on the other squads too.
Yeah, not the best early game from Kimbo.
It's overstayed his welcome, unfortunately.
Yeah, extremely there. And losing one rifleman, it's really.
Yeah, he did free cap the other side, but now his cutoff getting
cutoff getting decapped. And with only one combat squad at the moment on the field, no chance he will get Asher off his cutoff. That might be a game which will be over rather early.
I don't want to call anything yet.
Yeah, that's personal opinion, of course. But I always have the feeling if USF makes a big mistake in the early game, the game is over really fast, because it's so hard to play defensive with USF and try to wall, unlike Oster.
His biggest shot here is, I guess, just to try to hold the fuel and imagine.
So what should Kimbo do? Should he wait and should he rebuild the rifleman? Or should he wait till 3 CP and airdrop a paratrooper?
I don't know if rebuilding a rifleman is going to do him much good at this point. Just needs to get out a light vehicle fast and stabilize.
Yeah, fair enough.
Might see the M20.
Yeah, he has the resources for it. He's unlocking the tech for it. Asha played a long tier 1, only now taking up to a tier 2, because he went for Grenadiers.
It's reasonable, I think. He got the squad wipe early, so you can double down.
Yeah.
Put out more squads, way more squads on the field than your opponent.
More capping power and more damage power. Meanwhile, we have Tellermine getting denied there by Kimbo by spotting it.
Yeah.
Kimbo flooding a little bit map power there.
What
And
is he intending to go for here?
he went for an M20.
Okay.
Lieutenant on the field, so Asha knows what's coming. Still no tier 2, so the M20 will have some free roaming time till the 2-2 arrives. So the M20 has to get some damage done, otherwise the 2-2 will shut it down.
Yeah, Pyo's still on the field, so yeah, the tech gonna be pretty slow for Asha.
Oh, I thought that was a nice set rifle nade there from Asha, but gets nicely dodged. Overall, nice engagement on the house. Kimbo positioned his lieutenant that way, that even though there were 2 windows on this side of the building, only 1 window were able to fire. That's nice game knowledge, actually. I didn't knew that you can do that on this house. Like, on certain houses, you can like find the blind spot that even though there are more windows theoretically shooting at you, he's not able to shoot.
Yep. And this house, too, is especially toxic because it's possible to block retreating units because of the one door and the yellow cover right next to the door.
M20 gets snared.
Jousted instantly, that's not
It's
a great
downtime,
sign.
which Kimbo can't really afford. Asha, though, now only capping the points next to his base, so he went all full aggressive mode.
I imagine he will still go for the 2-2-2, but it's gonna be coming in pretty slowly. It's like almost 7 minutes and the tech is just complete now.
Yeah, it will be a really late 2-2-2. 2-2-2 gets immediately queued. Ambulance on the way from Kimbo, and I think airdrop combat group is risky because, you know, it's rather ammunition intensive, and I don't think Kimbo can really afford it. And gets snared again.
The other thing is, even if he does get the combat group, it's gonna be stock paras, right? So...
Well, they are slightly better than Riflemen.
Yeah, but it's quite a lot of, it's like, what, 100 muni to upgrade them? Or
yes,
120?
120 for the Thompson, for the M1919, and 90, I think, for the Thompsons.
Yeah. Asha did go for the Flamer first, so it's going to slow down his LMGs a bit. So
yeah, the Flamer idea itself
play.
against USF is not bad. M20 out of position, but 2-2-2 is not chasing. Kimbo is flooding, so I guess he will go for the airdrop combat group. And eventually he will have the ammo for it, right? Like...
What I'm really excited for is the prospect of a Greyhound. Wonder if we're gonna see one of those.
Like,
he's still a bit
I think
away.
anti-infant damage wise they're around the same benchmark as the Steward, but anti-tank damage it's weaker than the Steward.
Well, the Greyhound also has a 50 cal, and it also has the canister shot, which is extremely good if you can get around a team weapon.
Yeah, so a lot of light vehicle investment though from Kimbo there, which will definitely force him later on into Captain Tech, because he won't win the medium tank race.
Yeah, but I mean, at this point, I think he has to double down on the light vehicles, because such a rough start. Actually going for a second Pioneer here? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, usually at this point you would see players go for
maybe for a
MG.
sweeper because he saw the M20 and is scared of M20 mines.
Possibly, yeah.
Because losing your light vehicle to an M20 mine is something really unfortunate. It's like hitting a Teller mine. You don't want that to happen. And we don't see a Greyhound, we see a Steward. Steward gets cancelled, we see a Greyhound.
Feels amazing, man. Look at that thing.
Here we go. I remember the release of this doctrine, where the canister shot wiped like 3 squads with one ability. It was hilarious. Unless you played against it though. The whole meta for USF at that time revolved all around the Greyhound.
See what it can achieve in this game. I believe it only does 40 damage with its main gun, so will take a while to kill even something like the 222.
It's really not good against vehicles. It's really only
Yeah.
decent against infantry. Greyhound gets berated by the AT gun, has to fall back. We have the paratroopers now on the field. Asha still lacking the MG42 upgrade. But has healed though, so it's something. Minute 10 though, a little bit late that he still has no MG42 on the field.
Even with these AA vehicles, I think it's going to be hard for Kimbo to...
Yeah, the
crawl
problem
his
is
way back
like
onto the map.
he has
There's
to be
so
like on
many snaring
point, not
squads.
getting snared. The M20 can't be
Yeah.
really aggressive anymore because it has to be careful because of the 222 and not many gaps he can exploit. I think he needs the Zook maybe on the Lieutenant. It's probably not the most wanted upgrade since he does anti-infantry DPS with it. But he needs something to contest 222, right?
He did call in the airdrop combat group, so recrewing the pack howitzer in the base now.
Yeah.
But
He
Ash,
could also go for paratrooper Zooks. I forgot they got this upgrade now. For 100 ammo you get like the better up Zooks. But I think he doesn't want to invest any anti-tank on paratroopers.
Yeah.
Might not be worth it.
When you're behind like this, like investing in the early AT, I'm not sure is a good idea. You kind of just want to get it as it comes out. Or as it's necessary, rather.
But triple cap on the way for Kimbo. He will drain the first VP from Asha. Asha though already tagged up to tier 3 or is on the way to tier 3.
Yeah, we're gonna see a P4 in maybe 3 or 4 minutes at this rate.
Yeah. First LMGs now coming out from Asha. A little bit late, I think. He's losing a lot of power there.
Almost a certainty at this point.
LMG no propping.
Massive assault through the middle
Yeah.
from Asha.
Just A moving, but might be not the smartest move there though. Losing a bit of unnecessary manpower. M20 getting pretty low. AT gun is turning, but AT gun will get away. Greyhound was snared. Pekkawi is in a good position to bombard the MG42, and here we go. MG42 has to reposition. But yeah, that's I think the problem at the moment for Kimbo. Pekkawi gets recruited. He just can't hold the front line. He needs something to hold the front line. That Asha was able to A-move all his units into the base sector of Kimbo, basically, is never a good sign.
Yeah, but he knows Kimbo has absolutely zero block control tools. Doesn't really have the manpower at this point to get a 50 cal, so it's like... can't really punish that kind of play, even if it looks suboptimal.
Greyhound coming in. Will get a few pot shots against the 2-2, but misses the first shot. Second shot misses as well, and Greyhound has to fall back. AT gun shot, attack on ground missed. Went into the truck there. We have no Luke, so Asha was like... And we see raid operations! Raid tactics, sorry. When was the last time you saw this ability?
Pretty underused a bit. I think it got buffed in the recent commander patch, right?
Yeah, it gives you something, like with vision for infantry.
I believe the capping and decapping bonuses just got increased, right? Was that what it was?
I think it was in the past decapping and capping speed, and vehicles were able to cap. But now you also get like line of sight for infantry. So it's like... I think it increases cap speed. And vehicles can rapidly capture territory increases. Okay, never mind, infantry don't can cap faster. So it's still inferior to breakthrough tactics in my opinion.
Can't have everything, right?
Can't have everything. Kimbo
really gonna need the captain tech here.
Yeah, that
is about to
if he
run
watches,
it down.
looks at the time, it's minute 15 soon, and he knows Asha had a pretty amazing early game. The P4 we're knocking on the door soon.
Yeah.
Being greedy and trying to get the tank out with the major attack would be suicide. We have no access to the cluster bombs, which are pretty good.
Yeah, they used to be extremely oppressive, but
yeah, because the plane were
patches
arriving
ago-
so quickly, it was not fun to play at all against it.
Yeah, a couple patches ago, I think the delay got increased from 3 to 4 seconds, so
Something like
slightly
that.
less oppressive. Yeah.
P4 no on the queue.
I think he could have even gone for something like an Ostwind here.
Ostwood
Obviously
would
not
have
as safe,
wrecked
but,
Kimbo, like there-
yeah, exactly.
nothing on the field that really can contest the... Like, the Steward is somewhat okay against us and won't win, but you can bully it at least a little bit with the one Shrek or one Zoo. But the Greyhound, no chance.
Yeah, it's understandable if you don't want to make any compromises, though, or
Yeah.
any risky options.
Before now hitting the field, Kimbo getting captain, so he can soon build an AT gun. Let's see how he will survive the first initial shock phase from the P4 without an AT gun. So 1 or 2 minutes without an AT gun will be harsh.
Yeah, but then again, the P4 can't be all across the map at once, so if he can sort of manage his flanks well, can prevent him from being forced off completely.
Yeah.
1919's on the pairs now, too.
Yeah,
Insane
with
squad
veterancy,
builds.
this will beat the Grenadiers.
Yeah.
Also, they get the suppression fire ability, which is actually not that bad for 20 ammo to pin down a squad.
The funny thing about that ability is it actually increases their damage, as opposed to other suppression abilities, which decrease.
Oh, we see another dead rifleman on the bottom side. Late retreater from Kimbo. Yeah.
Is that actually gonna die? Okay.
It looked like for a moment he puts up a double AT gun, gets queued right away. I'm surprised that Kimbo is flooding so much manpower. Normally if you're so behind, you barely get any manpower because you're bleeding so much.
He's been retreating pretty early though, so at least he's been conscious of that.
Yeah, P4 now going for the base. Ambulance will get an unwelcome greeting there. One Fluke won't be enough. One AT gun hits the field. Ambulance gets destroyed.
Needs those AT guns on the field.
Yeah, Captain
now.
gets wiped as well.
Alright, now the bleed piling up for Kimbo.
Yeah.
Instantly queuing up those AT guns means he cannot reinforce anything right now.
Yeah, but AT gun is out of position.
Yep.
Before still coming around, AT gun should move in maybe. AT gun gets recruited. Both units are low. 222 will get picked off. P4's coming
But it
around the
looks
corner.
like both of the light vehicles from Kimbo probably gonna go down
I
there.
think he won't only get one. M20 smoking. AT gun is setting up. Second AT gun is also in a decent spot. AT gun. M1 P4 missed. M1 gets second shots, and that's dead P4.
Wow. M1's getting some nice pens there even without the Sabo.
Yeah. AT gun
And
still
neither-
decrued.
Neither of the light vehicles go down. Oh my goodness. Jesus.
And the AT gun will be destroyed.
Yeah.
Why
This
did
is
he
pretty
jump?
much exactly what Kimbo needed, but he's not
Yeah,
out
he
of
might
the
even
woods
get the
yet.
grenadier if Asha's a little bit late there, and he's unlucky.
Unlikely. But a second tank pretty close for Asha.
Yeah, AT gun getting
regardless.
rebuilt. But
Grenade
Asha
tech.
is off the field for a moment, no?
Oh no, wait, sorry, that's the paratrooper grenade, not grenade
Yeah,
tech.
had a bit of a shorter explosion time there. It got cooked. That he didn't lost any light vehicles.
Oh, the rifle grenade on the...
And it's a dead rifleman. No riflemen
Yikes.
on the field anymore. Nice try with the canister shot. Maybe he will get the wipe if he has decent RNG. Before in the queue. Oh, getting the
ground
wipe
for
might
one
be
more
greedy
shot.
there. He gets the wipe though. But that's... Even with engine damage, the ground is rather quickly on the way there. The fast unit.
I believe it gets speed at like vet 3, right? So that's probably why. Okay. Looking like a team game build now. No rifleman.
No rifleman, yes.
No manpower to rebuild any squads either. So I'm not sure what he's gonna do now. He is taking
He's trying
major.
to get the wipe stove, man, with the light vehicles before no hits the field.
The Sherman is actually pretty close for him. He just needs to save up some manpower, and he's got it basically.
Does he have the major? Yes.
Yeah, he's stacking it right now.
There's a major reporting
Before on the field.
Under goddamn fire!
Not bad at all, my friend, Kimbo. I think wiping the AT gun and one grenadier will give them some breathing space.
Yeah, and losing nothing in the process either is quite.
I thought at least
good
one
trade.
light vehicle will go down.
Yeah, I thought both of them would go down, but skill smoke to the rescue, I guess.
Well, also the good RNG there, I would say. The AT guns were penetrating constantly. All 3 shots penetrated and hit. Something you don't see every day.
Yeah, I don't think any of them were rear armor hits either.
No,
Maybe
our
one of
front
them.
line, front armor hit.
Yeah, yeah.
I think map control will now shift into favor of Kimbo. He lacks a bit of mainline infantry though, so rebuilding one rifleman maybe, dropping another airborne group.
He should be queuing up a Sherman.
Okay.
Right
Sherman, yeah, Sherman would even make more sense. But I think a second paratrooper in the long run would really be beneficial there. And with a Sherman, it looks really decent there. And Sherman on the way.
Honestly, keeping both these vetted light vehicles alive is a godsend.
And we see raid tactics again. M20 is capping, and look at the decap speed there.
Yeah, it means losing the rifleman hurts less because he still has the light vehicles for the AI pressure.
Paratrooper Eldor has to retreat. Yeah. Not looking too shabby anymore, but still, I think Kimbo is still in deep trouble there. One mistake, and it will be all over. The red 3 light vehicles are amazing. Like, the speed, they will never get catched from the P4.
Yeah, they're just zooming around the battlefield. Like, look at the Greyhound on the road, how fast it is.
Tank support is here. Sherman ready.
Sherman hits the field. Reacton has to go home.
P4 dunks the shot, so it's fine.
Why not going for Pigran? That might be a question for Sidewinder. Why is Asha not replacing the Lost Grenadier with a Pigran? He has 500 manpower on the bank.
I don't think P-Grans are very popular in the current meta because they're seen as less efficient than something like LMG Grens, especially against USF. Like, you just make another LMG Gren and you make your A-move blob deadlier.
Fair enough.
And it's just less effort to use.
Yeah, easier to use and
Yeah.
less manpower, I believe. Sherman on the field now. Not gonna lie, the double AT gun saved the day there. Like, I thought they were arriving too late, but then getting the kill that early on really saved the day. But losing a Sherman Kimbo might be not the ideal thing. He's trying to bait, but AT gun misses.
Second Sherman not so far away for Kimbo, actually.
Yeah, but second P4 as well for Asha.
And Asha also queuing up a second pack, like he said, so.
Yeah.
Weapon rack is now accessible.
Now we have access to bars and boots, even though I think we won't see any bars.
Yeah. Honestly, it might even be better at this point just to bank all your muni for the cluster bombs and try to decrew some of these support weapons.
Yeah. I know it's not really popular, but I would love to see an ammo cache.
Ammo cache?
Yeah,
Does
he
he
needs a
have
lot of
manpower
ammo. He
for that?
needs, like, for grenades, for the cluster bombs, you know? I know
True,
caches
true.
are not a thing in 1 vs 1. And he
Well,
definitely has other
sometimes
problems
they're,
to solve.
Yeah, sometimes they're viable, but only when you have a complete army, for sure. And that is most definitely not what Kimbo has right now.
Major Tom will go down, or not. Second before on the way. Greyhound running around, and will maybe get snared? Nope.
No, apparently not. Man, this Greyhound is just an absolute menace to society. 21 kills.
Yeah, but it...
And 20 kills on the M20.
Yeah,
Good
and
lord.
the one more kill on the M8 is the 222, right?
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah, so... Even though I think the veterancy, besides Vet 2, are not that important for the M20s, I think you don't get... Oh, you get more detection rate at Vet 3.
Alright, he's got to be real careful, Kimbo, with these double AT guns now, because one overextension and these two P4s are going to collapse on him.
Asha
No
tried to plant the
snares.
mine. Asha still trying to win
either.
without the commander. I think no, there's no reason to pick any commander, right? Like the only reason would be maybe Spearhead or Strategic Reserve for the Tiger Call-in. But I don't see any advantage anymore for Jäger Infantry, right?
I mean, camo's always nice, but yeah, I mean, it's not exactly swimming in munitions, Asha. So
Yeah, but like, keep in mind that's Commander Terminator, so if he picks the commander, he can't use it anymore.
True. And he's got a
Picking
pretty,
up
solid loadout.
Jäger Infantry
so.
just for camo, considered to be one of the best doctrines. Not to have access just for camo might be not worth it. Oh, AT guns out of position. Airborne troop being suppressed there, but AT gun also out of position.
The
Second
Sherman
piece.
going in here.
Yeah, nope, smoking and going home.
No, yeah.
But Sherman getting snared. AT gun there. Both P4s coming forward. A lot of mines coming down from Asha.
And he's already used the smoke
No.
as well.
Oh,
so he
that's
can't
that
cover
Sherman.
his escape. Ah, no.
AT guns are moving forward, but there's a Grenadier. He can't save the Sherman. Yeah, Sherman goes down.
And the AT gun's under too much pressure from the supporting
And
infantry.
Gran, yeah, they have to fall back. New Sherman though in the queue. Oh, wonderful hit from the P4 against the Reactants. Might get wide. Nope.
Needs to get lucky. No, it doesn't even get the shot. And that's a lot of losses for Kimbo all of a sudden.
Yeah. He's just not able to keep him intact frontline, right?
Yeah. Another Sherman on the way. Oh, but Asha getting a bit greedy, trying to repair on the front lines here. Takes even more damage on his tanks.
Yeah, both AT guns don't need to reinforce. You don't want to lose the Vet 3 AT gun. Vet 2. M1 is really good. The rate of fire, the special ability from Vet 1. If you have ammo, it's a lot of fun to use those AT guns from USF.
And if you can keep it up to Vet 3, you get just more stock penetration, right? So maybe you won't have to spam those shells so much.
Yeah, also rate of fire, right? If I remember correctly. At least the flavor text.
Yeah.
But it's hard to trust the flavor text nowadays.
I mean, I think they did update the flavor text recently, right? In the commander update. I don't know if they did it for units too or just for commanders, but
Oh, Sherman a little bit cocky there. Trying to get the wipe. Oh, might hit the Tellermite!
oh my god. He's so lucky and he doesn't even know it.
In my opinion, those explosions or detonation ranges from mines are really inconsistent. Sometimes you stand like 5 billion years away from them and they go off, and sometimes you're standing right next to them, like 1 meter away, and they don't explode. Maybe
Yeah.
it's just bias or just subjective
Though
feeling.
I think in that scenario, if he had taken fire from like an AT gun, it would have probably detonated
Yeah.
the Teller, because he was like right next to it.
The sector has been cut off.
We have the bombs on the way.
Right on the base exit for maximum BM.
It's so weird, man. 1 second ago, Kimbo was base pinned. And
Yeah.
now he's base pinning Asher. No!
Third P4
Oh,
now.
favorite unit went down.
Oh, not like this.
We must defend our headquarters.
Not the Greyhound!
Panzer IV is ready for battle.
Third P4 on the field. Kimbo can afford a new Sherman if he wants to, or is he saving up for a Jackson? Nope, Sherman on the way.
I think second Sherman's probably the right choice.
Yeah, of course.
still
Like double
almost,
AT gun and P4
yeah.
would just overrun the Jackson.
Because he also still has like no no infantry, so needs a unit that can chip in on that front as well.
Oh, P4 might go down. Late reaction there from Asha.
Just running straight into the double AT guns, taking
So much damage. Where's the Sherman? M20 sitting there. Should smoke. P4 goes down. What is happening there, Asha? He will lose maybe 2 P4s there.
These M1s are doing so much work.
One more shot is needed. AT gun is setting up. The other AT gun goes down. No. Major Tom should go home. MG42 got decrewed.
Maybe a slight mistake here from Asha to not push the infantry further forward, because he could have decrewed the second AT gun as well.
Yeah, it destroys one though. Can't use the P4s to pushing anymore. The loss was completely unnecessary in my opinion.
Yeah, but he can't double down on this pressure now because he took so much damage going in.
Yeah,
he
and
just-
he needs to recruit his MG42,
Yeah,
right?
he barely takes any ground and he has to go back and repair again. So,
Manpower is not
All
an
of a
issue for
sudden-
both players at the moment.
yeah, all of a
But-
sudden it's not actually looking too hot for Asha, I feel like.
Yeah.
I imagine Kimbo will just keep
Oh,
building
he tried to
Sherman.
go for the P4.
Securing our territory.
Oh my god. He's fine.
Can't
though.
smoke. Smoke is on cooldown.
The territory is out of contact.
Oh, why is he stopping though?
Ah, that's having issues.
Oh no, not like this.
He's dead.
Oh,
Oh,
Jesus, man.
oh, that must be so painful.
Huge losses on both sides here.
Oh, the medics might go down. Not sure if you want to lose them. Since they still heal.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they're gone.
Oh, the second P4. Sherman getting uncomfortably low.
My god, the double AT gun, so brutal on both sides.
I think
man.
if Asha would have went instead of a third P4, would have tagged up for a Werfer, he would just wrecked Kimbo there. Decrewing both AT guns and then going in.
Are seizing a sector.
Yeah, Tier 4 is not too popular in recent tournament play, but yeah, could have been a viable option there.
I think in this one of the rare situation, I would say it makes sense.
He probably just wanted to all in with the P4s, but he couldn't find the right time to do it. And when he did do it, he kind of got Shrekted, so...
Yeah. The airborne Rangers are doing some decent damage there. If they don't get
They
wiped
gotta
now.
bail out here, though. Do not want to lose that squad.
That, if he loses that squad, he will get overrun every engagement.
Yeah.
AT guns getting decrewed. Yeah, he's not
That was
able to keep the front line running.
That was
Ah,
the Vet 2 M1
I think
as
that's
well.
game actually. Look at the
39
pop cap from
versus
Kimbo.
73 pop cap. Yep.
Sherman in the way. He needs mainline infantry. He can't plug the gaps. Sherman gets snared. P4s will go forward. Like, there's nothing to stop him, right? The AT gun has to be
No.
careful. Bombs
Rebuilt
are on the way.
ammo, too,
One AT
so-
gun would definitely go get decrewed. Or not. It's not looking that good at the moment.
It's been a game of base pins, this one.
Yeah, it's so weird. So
Just
weird.
back and forth base pinning.
He's trying to destroy the AT gun, which got decrewed. not sure if he would get it.
Tank support is here. Sherman ready.
Yeah. I have no clue what the heck is going on.
He's gonna have to make a titanic push with these double Shermans, or else he's out of this game, I think.
Point is under attack.
But impressive, he drained down nearly 200, 250 VPs.
He did
Pigren?
actually get a Pigren.
We were talking about that earlier.
Yeah, that's kind of surprising, honestly.
Maybe for the close range DPS. There's no infantry, right, from Kimbo, which could threaten you.
Yeah, maybe just to stand up a bit better to the 1919 Paris, because they're gonna clap the Grens at range. But they probably will
Frags.
still lose at close range to these
We see
P-Grens,
P-Grens
even though
with
the P-Grens
Frags.
know that. Oh, with Shreks. Okay, interesting.
When was the last time you seen a competitive game? Shreks.
I want to say it was probably a Von Ivan game, but I'm not too sure, honestly.
Reactor on getting replaced.
Perhaps it's just for like a backstop AT in case the double AT guns get obliterated by some cluster bombs or like stray Sherman HE shots. Which I guess, you know, if you've got this many resources,
I think Asha
why
is
not,
pretty
right?
set anti-tank wise.
Yeah.
German might go down, but people are also getting low. Nope.
Look
AT
at
guns
those
now
Paras, man.
That's the problem, like, the AT guns are doing decent damage, but you can't defend them.
The enemy is
And losing veterancy on them once is something you really want to avoid at any cost. Yeah, AT gun gets recruited again. Before coming forward. And one is setting up, but there are one grenadier coming.
point is being overrun.
Little
Is
bit
he
late
gonna
reaction
get
there
the
from
shot?
instead.
He does get the shot on the
The
P4
suicide,
just
the last
as
guy
he
on the gun pulls the trigger and
Yeah,
then runs
exactly.
off.
Oh no, but the Paras, not like this.
The Paras are running.
P4 is not interested, apparently. Bigger fish
Yeah,
to fry, namely the Sherman.
Sherman.
God.
Yeah. But
Might be
look at
lit.
the army from Kimbo, 27 pop gap.
It was all because he lost the Greyhound, man. I'm telling you.
Lieutenant went down, yeah, that's game. He probably already /Q, we are just waiting till the game realizes that.
Thanks, Relic, Kevin.
Yeah, here we go.
GG.
GG, well played!
Pretty nail-biting
Impressive
first
game number 1, I would say.
Yeah, Kimbo, like, huge props to him for staying in as long as he did after that start.